Welcome, everybody, to the Death by Exile 101 podcast, season 2, episode 4. I made sure that I knew what episode we were on. And if this isn't episode 4, I don't care. We're retconning it, all right?
Yeah, Kiki.
Yeah, Kiki, keeper of the lore. But so I got some bullet points, but at the same time we can discuss and talk about whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the first thing I wanted to talk about was the Flash movie. Did you see it?
I was trying to bootleg it.
yeah.
I heard it's terrible. But it looks like from the trailer, kinda. It looks like it borrowed from DC War. Have you ever seen that animated series?
Nah, DC War.
So basically, it's like an alternate universe where all like the at the time villains and heroes all like kind of band together to fight them.
Take on the powers
But
that
like
be.
Superman doesn't. I know if I'm confusing these two things. I'm pretty positive it's War, but Superman's not around. There's no Superman. And what happened is Superman got captured when he crash landed, and he's been held under a government facility for this entire time.
That's
and-
kind of
and they-
what happens.
And they've like kept him away from like absorbing the sun's radiation to
Yeah.
get power. So
Yep.
he's like super skinny, and then basically Flash goes back in time and is like, "Oh, what's going on? Like we're supposed to be friends or whatever."
Oh, and that's the one with Batman's dad, right?
Yeah,
Thomas Wayne.
and then yeah. So Thomas Wayne is the Batman because instead of
Bruce.
I mean, his dad and mom getting killed, Bruce gets killed, and his mom becomes the Joker, and because she goes insane, and the dad, because she's also technically, if you look at the Batman lore, like Batman's mother, Martha Wayne, is actually Martha Arkham because she's from the Arkham family, and she was.
Is she now?
So the Arkhams and the Waynes were one of the founding families of Gotham,
Oh.
but
Damn, talk about power couple.
that's like where the whole like Court of Owls kind of thing comes in. But
Yeah.
like
And we talked about that.
she in the movie, they even the recent movie too, the Riddler exposes her as like she spent some time, the Arkham covered up the fact that Martha spent some time in Arkham.
Yeah.
So that's during that. I don't know if it's Flashpoint. It might be Flashpoint actually instead of War.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Flashpoint.
But yeah. So basically, it's a world with no Superman. They finally release him out of his containment. He's like super skinny
yeah,
and
he's
stuff
all
like that.
frail.
And but he's like dips.
He's all bye.
Yeah. So everyone's like basically everyone's fighting each other and shit. Yeah, like I said, Martha Wayne is the Joker for this time period, and I believe that she was either killed or locked away for good. But she's not around. But yeah, like the whole point is like runs back so fast that
He changes time.
changes time. I believe what is not what's the evil Flash, the yellow one.
Negative Flash?
I don't know if it's Negative Flash or
I think it is
or
Negative
it's
Flash.
whoever, because basically there's two movies where he gets killed by Batman shooting him in the head,
Uh-huh.
but then he vibrates so fast that he's like he's basically stopping the bullet from exiting
His brain?
his brain.
Oh.
Because like the Flash, a lot of people don't know the Flash can move so fast he can actually like reverse time almost in a
Yeah.
way, or he can stop time by vibrating what we would conceive as time.
Yeah.
He's in the Flash. I forgot what they call the Flashpoint or whatever.
The Speed Force.
Yeah, Speed Force.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, that's another saga. But I'm pretty positive it's that one where he gets shot by Batman in the head, the Negative Flash. But
But Batman doesn't kill people, bro.
there's a lot of shit going on. Like also like well, not just that, but like I think that's a good story. To how do you fuck that up? And it's crazy though is because it's a good story because basically the whole point is Barry Allen decides that something bad happens and he decides fuck that, I'm gonna go back in time and change it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I think it's his mom getting killed.
Yeah, that's the whole point of the movie.
Okay, yeah. So he goes back so he can save his mother, and it's like the whole butterfly effect where if you change something from the past, it can set. Of course,
I wonder if that's true. I doubt it.
I mean, it's a theory. So
Yeah, but I wonder if there's any evidence out there, or like any historical like situations where people can be like, oh, this tiny little thing caused this giant
well,
tangibly.
look at it like a fucking what's that Goldberg fucking machine, whatever. Where
Oh
the
yeah,
littlest the littlest thing, and with the right
Starts it
motions and stuff
up.
like that, can start. Those are like proverbs too. The
Yeah.
tiniest ripple in a pond can.
Cause the biggest waves
Yeah.
of the ocean.
Um,
That is so man. You just blew my mind.
I know. I
Wow.
blow my mind too sometimes. No, but yeah, that's not the only movie that. Well, I haven't seen it, so I can't say if it sucked or not. If it's anything like the animated movie,
No, it wasn't.
it's gonna be good.
For what they were what I saw on the big screen was for what they were trying to achieve, they totally failed. But it's the movie on itself, it was okayish. Like it was okay to watch.
Can Zack Snyder do an edit?
Yeah.
That will
5
redeem
hour
it. That will
edit.
redeem it.
But that movie was supposed to be like the Spider-Man movie with all the Tobey Maguires or whatever.
So, hey, I'm not mad. That's Tobey Maguire's the OG, dude. Tobey Maguire is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Don't tell me any different. Don't tell me Tom Holland is Spider-Man.
Because of that, like that standard that's trying to achieve, yeah, the movie fucking sucked. It blew.
I think too, just the backlash of that. How that actor Ezra is like just a weirdo.
Oh yeah, no, and Ezra Miller sucks as a person too. But the thing that I kept hating throughout the whole movie was that Ezra Miller is a pretty good actor, because the entire time you're just with them, so it's just two Ezra Millers. You know what I mean? And the entire time I was watching them, I was just like, I believe it. Like I believe that I'm watching two different people. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's not the easiest thing to do, right? Like act with yourself. So I hated that I liked their acting, but at the same time I didn't want to go and pay for that movie specifically for that reason, because I didn't want DC to be like, well, look, the money doesn't lie. People like Ezra Miller.
Dude,
And it's like, no.
so many movies I went to go see like are buyer's remorse. It's like that's the message. I think I was telling like who was I talking to? We went to go see the Evil Dead Rise.
Oh man,
I was like, dude,
how was that?
it wasn't that. It was okay, but I was like, dude, I feel like this should have been like movies used to be direct to DVD
Yeah,
or direct to video. A lot of movies nowadays they just seem like they should be direct to stream.
that's kind of how that.
Like, they don't deserve a theatrical. And then when we were younger too, like we call there was blockbusters and there was popcorn flicks.
Uh huh.
So blockbusters were big movies that were really good, and then the other movies were just popcorn flicks. You would go and see them at a matinee,
Yeah, it's just fun to watch.
and they're fun to watch, but you didn't have to take them serious. Like like Lost in Space was
Yeah,
a popcorn flick, wasn't a blockbuster.
I like Transformers.
Yeah, like those movies. Jesus Christ, how many times can a giant
Robot.
transforming robot and stay, under the radar from everybody? And how many cities have to blow up where no one's like, hey man, there's these things. I don't trust cars no more.
I was
I'm
about
walking.
to say that. Like maybe we should start like banning cars or
start walking
something.
now?
Yeah, everyone would just turn Amish. at
We had
that
to
point.
make our trains and planes go through like fucking security checkpoints now. Instead of us going through the TSA, like the
The
trains
plane.
and the planes have to go through TSA.
I don't know why, but there's a giant heart showing up on the monitor on this plane. There's a giant mechanical heart in there.
Yeah. No, but that's another. I don't know if I haven't kept up Transformer movies, but I like the fact that in the first Transformer movie that came out, dude, I remember my coworker telling me about. I was like, Transformer the movie? That sounds fucking lame. I was like,
Yeah.
and then it was a huge success. But the one thing they did do in the movies that I don't think they do anymore is they used to like at least throw like a hologram person in the vehicle.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, oh okay, like it's in the sky.
Passable.
Now it's just literally self-driving car. No one like bats an eye. I think they're banking on Tesla to be.
Self-driving cars.
Yeah, by then I'm like, oh okay, it's
This is a Tesla.
It's a Tesla, no big deal.
It's a Tesla
blah,
shaped
blah.
like a Chevy.
Yeah. No, but yeah, Evil Dead Rise wasn't for a movie theater wasn't that good, and it sucks because it started out like the way they did the titles, like oh, this is like they're copying the Insidious movies, and I was like, okay, this is like they're thinking about this as like a audience, and like that's what the Insidious movies are great for theaters because not only are they written good, they're technically I think they're all PG-13 movies.
What?
Aren't they?
Evil Dead?
No, the Insidious franchise.
Oh, I have no clue. No clue.
Or what's the name of the family that are on those movies?
You talking about the ghost hunting family?
Yeah. All those movies I think are PG-13, and they still.
Shit.
I don't think I don't think they're rated R. Any of them. They might. Some might. I think maybe the latest one was, but they're all suspenseful. They're good stories, and then they're made for theaters where you're like, you don't leave the seat because even the B-roll footage, which is supposedly the actual live footage, is like keeps you in your seat, dude. But like this, I mean, Evil Dead is Evil Dead. It's supposed like it started out to be like
it's supposed to be chaotic scariness, right?
but it's supposed to be. It became a comedy, so now you expect like
the campy, corny
the
jokes
gags
and shit.
of like the horror gags.
Yeah.
You know, because like you and the whole time like I want Ash to show up. I don't want a new Ash.
Yeah.
And so and that's the thing. Another thing I see a lot in movies. Not to derail the Flash thing.
No,
but
it's fine. I mean, you didn't even watch it, so.
I tried. It wouldn't load yet.
Yeah, I tried to do my
No,
part.
but I did watch that Ben Affleck movie, the hypnotist one, and that one was pretty fucking good.
I don't even. I don't even.
Basically, it's this movie where I think it's called Hypnocracy or something like that,
What
or
kind of name is that?
basically, or Hypnotic. I think it's called Hypnotics.
Hypnotic.
That's what it's called, Hypnotics. Hypnocracy.
That would be
Uh,
dope, though. Hey, I should make an album, Kismet Aura Hypnocracy.
Dude, yes. I think System of a Down already did it, but
Oh shit.
no, yeah, like the one with Ben Affleck, the Hypnotics. That movie was surprisingly, dude, under the radar.
Hypnotic.
Yeah, under the radar, dude. Like, and it was pretty fucking good for what it was. It was like almost Inception level.
Okay.
Good. Without like the Inception like crazy mind bending like CGI.
Yeah.
Is a movie done pretty practical with the effects. Well, the effects are there, but it was done in a way where it's like, oh, this is like a low budget fucking Inception, but still did the same job for less price, probably.
Shit.
Yeah. So basically, the premise of the movie is that there's people that are basically like they're hypnotists, but with a psychic edge to them. So they can hypnotize you in a trance to make you believe stuff that's not really there is happening. Just like how you would see someone go on stage and perform a hypnotist thing and make people see stuff that's there.
Yeah.
Well, like amp that to like 100.
Okay, so they actually can get like in your mind.
Like they can do certain things where they can, with a snap of their finger, trigger you to go do something.
Oh shit.
Or believe something. And so that's like the premise of this movie. This cop sees this guy robbing a bank using that power.
Oh.
And then he's like, "What the fuck is going? What the fuck?" And then through that, gets into this world of what they call the hypnotics, like these psychics that can use hypnotism.
Yeah.
To a point that like
mind powers
that are just like basically they're all like MK Ultra
graduates.
Yeah, like if MK Ultra failed, but this program succeeded.
Okay. Oh, that kind of reminds me of like The Men That Stare at Goats. You
Yeah,
ever hear
like
that
that.
movie? I fucking love that movie.
Mhm.
I have to watch it again. I haven't seen it in years. But talking about Evil Dead, so was that Evil Dead movie like a remake, or were they progressing the story?
So there was a prelogue to
The Cabin?
the cabin. So basically, what it was saying how the book got the Necronomicon got to the cabin. So the original
Bro.
in the original movie, they found the Necronomicon in the basement
Mhm.
of the hunting cabin. In this movie, it's set in L.A. in an old apartment building. No, yeah, it gets, dude. It ticks off all like the new movie things. So you have the single mother tattoo artist
Okay.
who's raising her family, and the two non-binary teenagers.
Check.
One is an aspiring DJ.
Check.
The other one is just moody all the time.
They're not an activist or something?
No, actually, I think she is.
Check.
And then the young kid that doesn't know any better, just a little kid. And then their troublesome aunt comes to stay with them.
Okay.
So an earthquake happens because
It's LA.
it's L.A. There's always earthquakes constantly. And they live on like the top floor of this entire huge apartment complex that's supposed to be demolished. Like they're all getting evicted because they want to tear it down for a new building.
Mhm.
Gentrification. Dude,
Gentrification
dude,
in
I
your
swear,
face.
dude, it's like just
It's
tell,
coming for you. It's coming for me. It's
tell
coming
a story,
for
dude.
everybody.
Don't fucking get off your soapbox. But so under the they go down to like the parking garage, And then the parking garage cracks open like it does in every fucking earthquake.
Oh shit.
And in the bottom, they realize there's another level that used to be like some kind of like church or bank, or a combination of both.
So it turns into Dusk Till Dawn. They just find a giant pyramid.
So they go down there and then they find the book, the Necronomicon, and they also find LP records. And apparently the priest recorded their exorcism.
For a second there, I thought you meant like they found like a band or
Yeah,
like,
I know.
the
It's a ska music.
Motown records or something.
It's a ska.
The ska, the most evilest,
Evil Dead ska,
the most evil genre out there.
So the DJ kid is like, I have turntables.
I can sample this.
I can sample. Yeah, exactly. And then he puts it on, and he's like, maybe this is, Kanye hit this, like, he's a genius, he hates stuff.
Geniuses hide stuff.
So he puts the record, the LP on, and it's like the first recording, and then the book is right there. It flies open, and then the kid just like, whoa, like, I don't know what to do. And then he like,
the shenanigans.
It stops playing. It releases basically the first demon, and possesses the mom.
Oh fuck.
So the mom gets possessed, and she's the one that's killing everyone. So she kills everybody on the same floor as them, then starts going for the family and her sister that's staying over. It goes from there. But then the brother, the whole thing is like the son is like trying to hide the fact that he played the record to begin with. So then he finally is like, hey, I got something to tell you.
It's actually my fault.
I started this shit, and there's 3 more records.
And they're all playing at the same time now.
And so like, they're like, let's put the second record on, see what happens. And then like it's like the whole records are just like, don't play these records. Whatever you do, don't play these records. That's
after this explanation,
do not play these.
Yeah, don't keep playing it.
Yeah.
We finished the record, had to come back and put this.
Yeah. So basically,
put this in the front.
Everyone in the family except the little girl and the sister. I mean, the mom's sister that's staying over, the aunt, get merged together into one giant monster. And then there happens to be a wood chipper in the basement. Because one of the guys that she killed that lived in the apartment with them. Also, no one else apparently lives in this apartment except on that floor. Even though it's getting condemned, that floor is the last holdout. Nobody else.
There's no one above or below.
Yeah. Also, the elevator gets fucked up.
What?
So they risk it to try to get into it and get downstairs. And somehow the one stairwell. Thank God they're fucking tearing this building down. Because apparently I've never seen a building that doesn't have fire escapes on the outside of the building.
Pretty sure it's a code violation.
And that's the thing, they don't even, like, stairs are out. Don't even really try to, like,
explain.
Maybe we could jump. We could jump this motherfucker, climb down it.
It's only 2 steps missing.
Yeah, it's exactly. That's how it is. Dude, it's seriously like one set of floor staircases is missing. It's like, man, dude, they're spiral. Just hang under the next one.
They're not following Proto, bro.
Yeah, dude. But yeah, so basically she kills him. Fucking, kills him with the wood chipper, and then boom, chainsaw at the end. But basically,
shotgun.
No shotgun.
Oh.
Because this is the prequel. This is the prelogue to how to get to it. So basically, this bitch that was staying at the apartment that was gone for the weekend comes back,
and she's like, "What happened?
What happened? Fucking demons possess her, and then that's the girl that goes camping."
Oh.
So it doesn't even really explain how it doesn't even really explain. Did she go back and go all the way upstairs and grab the book and bring it to the cabin? It's just.
So the movie didn't even do its job at the end.
Yeah, it isn't. Like most movies nowadays, they don't know how to tell they don't know how to tell a story. Dude, I swear every movie's written by Michael Bay now.
or like a secret Michael Bay alias.
And this is what I wanted to get to. I feel like every movie nowadays, I don't know what's going on. So there's some that are like, they're good. But a lot of movies nowadays, especially the ones that are trying to like be a franchise or like be a sequel that nobody asked for, it's like they don't respect the earlier movie.
Yeah, they don't respect lore.
And then this is the thing. They're like, my movie sucks, so I have to tear down the movie before it.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's all about like the Indiana Jones movie that just flopped. The whole time it's just like it's like Luke Skywalker all over again. Indiana Jones now is a loser, and he needs this fucking random bitch to fucking show him up and see that she's better than him and that he's better off just like calling it quits and leaving the fucking archaeology shenanigans to her.
Spoilers. Spoiler alert.
No, dude, dude, no one go see this movie. It's terrible. Well, don't spend your money on this shit.
Talking about that, did you see the Spider-Man movie?
No.
Dude, okay.
Is that the animated one?
The animated one?
No.
It was beautiful, but it definitely falls into that category of like what kind. This wasn't a real movie. Like it doesn't feel like a real movie.
It's animated, so that it gets leeway with that.
But it's not just that though. Or like you have to watch it to understand. Like that movie pretty much is just a giant ad. It's just a giant ad for the third movie, pretty much.
I mean, yeah, and like I said, I give animated shows a leeway because
this was like abhorrent, bro. Like this was like in your face. Like
you
just spent 3 hours to wait for the next 2 years to finish this story.
We would think of movies like Studio Ghibli and all these like cool animated movies that
or like a self-contained story
or
just
shows.
A self-contained story.
But cartoons were literally invented to like.
Yeah, sell shit to kids.
No, they were invented to either give you time before the main attraction started. They would play them before the actual movie would start.
Dude, yeah.
Or they were literally walking, talking advertisements. Like the first cartoons are like, let's go, everyone, let's go to the lobby and buy some snacks.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because the first like 20, 30 minutes of the new Spider-Man movie feels like an animated short.
Yeah.
I thought that it was gonna end and then the real movie was gonna start, but it just goes into the movie, and it's kind of like. What was the whole point of the first 30 minutes of this fucking movie?
All like the golden age of like 80s animated shows, like Ninja Turtles,
Batman,
Ninja Turtles, He-Man, My Little Pony, Transformers. All that stuff was literally made to sell toys.
Oh yeah, definitely. What was talking about selling toys? That reminds me of why in the 80s did they have Alien toys, Terminator toys, Rambo toys for kids?
They had those series.
Dude,
there's a RoboCop animated series.
No, I know, but it's just like, what was that? I wonder what marketing conference rooms were during that era. Like, you know what's gonna sell hot for these kids? A war veteran, a veteran riddled with PTSD.
Fuck yeah.
I always find that so odd when someone, because I used to play with those toys. And I thought it was just normal, like, oh yeah, we just got aliens and we got Terminators, right? But now as an adult, I look back and I'm like, those are not IPs for kids.
Dude, Starship Troopers had toys.
Oh man.
And it was like, it's almost like Paul Van Hoven was like, yes.
Shove it down their throats.
Put this in the children's aisle. Yes. They too will understand Nazi occupation in Holland.
The plight of Nazi
occupation when I went through as a child.
Shove it in their face.
But yeah, dude, like Indiana Jones, like nobody, dude. Say what you will about the Crystal Skull, it gave you a happy ending where Indiana Jones got married to fucking his first chick,
the first chick,
and he passed the torch to fucking Shia LaBeouf,
his son. Butch.
Yeah, and that was it. You could have just never made Indiana Jones after that, or just not include Harrison Ford in anything. But no, the new movie they had to be like, Butch is fucking dead.
What?
He fucking sucks.
No.
He couldn't hack it because he's a fucking cocky, arrogant man. And this bitch fucking nobody believes. I guess in the movie too, they're trying to portray her as very beautiful, so they constantly throw this, like, they have men wanting her.
Okay.
Staring at her, and then even her herself will say, "I'm a very beautiful woman." And it's like if you have to say it, it's not like if you have to tell people,
it
ain't happening. Like, but that's the thing. She's trying to be the everything. She's trying to be the lead female role. She's trying to be the lead action role. She's trying to be the like the new savior role. Like all encompassed in this gangly, not athletic looking woman.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, so what were we talking about? I totally forgot.
Drunk texting.
No, not that. That's personal.
That is personal, but it happens. It happens apparently.
To the best of us.
The best of us.
But we can talk about because Bob came prepared.
Yeah, Bobby.
You want? What were we?
No, we're just talking about the failures of new movies. Indiana Jones, you're saying The Flash, like all these movies that are franchises suck now because I believe, in my humble opinion, that if you can't make good work, shit on the work that came before you.
Yeah.
So if your paper sucks, it's not your fault. It's now your job to fucking prove that Socrates is actually just a bad fucking writer.
Yeah, pretty much. What I don't like about that shit is what Henry Calvin, what's his name? I'm saying his name wrong.
Who?
Henry, the dude from The Witcher.
Oh yeah, you're saying it right.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill ran into that problem of like they hire these writers who are actively against the lore.
Because they suck.
Yeah, and it's kind of like, okay, we understand that your writing is lacking, but like lean into the lore to help you. Don't demonize it or don't like try to like throw dirt in the face of it. And it irks me because it's like we saw it with The Last Jedi. We've seen it time and time again with other properties.
Dude, all of the Star Wars shit that they put out now sucks.
I don't know, Mandalorian was okay.
The Mandalorian season 1 and 2 is good. 3 is questionable, and then
it was fine because it's just like popcorn, popcorn flick.
Obi-Wan Kenobi was fucking garbage.
Yeah, I couldn't stick. With
Andor is okay, but it took a long. Andor's cool, but Andor feels like it's like it feels like, dude, it's like they're doing a lot of in between shit just to get to like the small stuff, and it almost feels like it should just be. They should have made like a prequel movie if they're gonna do that.
But I mean, they already did Rogue One.
I know Rogue One. How do you be brave and do the prequel movie to the prequel movie?
No,
are you
that bold? Crazy,
are you that bold, dude?
Go, Art. Why do you look so crazy?
Are you that bold? You'll make a prequel to a prequel.
You could do it. They could do whatever they want, but they don't. They just hire these random writers who are just like, I'm just gonna shit on the IP, and it's kind of like, okay, Star Wars is a little lacking, but they're at least going along with what they have. You know what I mean? Like Dave Filoni is actively using it. Where like from what I haven't watched The Witcher, but from what I've heard,
watched it. It's good.
Yeah, from what I've heard, Henry was trying to like keep the writers on task when it came to the lore, but they're like actively trying to fight it. Like they're actively trying to make it different. And that's why Henry left, because he was just like, I'm not gonna deal with these people,
What the fuck was Sarah making me watch that was fucking retarded? Or in Vegas. Oh, Bridgerton.
Bridgerton.
So Bridgerton is a shitty show about. So this girl, first of all, was like, what are you watching? She's like, oh, it's based on Marie Antoinette. And I was like, okay. I was like, there's a lot of black people here, but all right.
It's France.
Not even. And then I was like, all right, cool. And then I was like, what is this place? I was like, and he's like, it was supposed to be London.
What?
And I was like, okay. And he's like, yeah, Marie Antoinette marries King George. I was like, not the smartest guy in the book, but that didn't happen.
Yes, sources.
I was like, Marie Antoinette was French.
And she got her head chopped off.
And she married Louis the 13th. And she was like, no, well, in this version, I was like, okay, so this is not historically accurate.
Alternative timeline.
And then not only did I see a lot of like black people, like I was like, who is that? And she's like, well, that's supposed to be Marie Antoinette. She's a princess of Germany. I was like, well, Marie Antoinette was Austrian, first of all, and close enough, but whatever. And I was like,
are you sure you don't know?
I was like, I'm pretty positive there's never been a black prince or family, royal family from the Germans.
Yeah.
Or, like the German Austrian area or Prussia either. And she's like, well, it's like a reimagining. And then I start seeing a lot of Asian people too. And I'm like, okay, so this is just, I'm like, why is there like an Asian British dude who's not like, selling opium and not and like, like
we're talking about opium and opium wars.
The Ming Dynasty pajama looking shit. Yeah. And he's like, it's like, oh no, he's like, I'm like, okay, so this is all just bullshit.
Yeah, so it's just made up.
So basically what it is like they're trying to take different aspects of people from history that aren't even around kind of the same time frame. So King George, who's at the time like going mad and dealing with that,
as they do,
is married to Black Marie Antoinette and her royal family to like help him out. And it's also supposed to be back because they go back and forth to when they're old, and they're basically them setting up their legacy for their family.
Okay. And
they're trying to like marry their half black son to this other person.
Asian person?
No, this person's actually brave enough to be white.
Brave.
But the whole time she explained it to me, I was like, okay, this is a good show.
God, Art.
It's a good, no. It's I was like listening. I was like, oh, it's a good show. But they play also like popular music, but in like the string quartet version of it,
like harpsichords and shit.
So I was like, okay. But I was like, the way she presented it was, she was like, this is like an historical thing. I was like, this is not historical whatsoever. I was like, and that's the problem I have. I was like, dude, I have no problem with if you guys want to make a show where you want to put you know, people of color in masterpiece theater settings.
Yeah.
Hey, go for it.
That
But
is-
do not say this is historically.
That is the biggest fighting against lore.
I was
'cause-
like, where's the one guy who like imagine like the one dude is historically accurate, and he starts, where are all these wars in control of stuff? You know,
Yeah.
like
Who are all these lesser
who are all these
people?
Nubians? Like, why aren't they in the galley? Like,
Yeah.
you know, and like,
Just starts getting
what
like,
is
real,
that? And like, I was like, I'm pretty positive most
real
like,
1700s,
yeah,
1800s.
didn't never saw like an Asian person,
Yeah.
or if they did, is like they had to live like in a big city. And this is like, so Bridgerton, which is named because of all the bridges. I was like, I asked her, I was like, is it called Bridgerton because there's so many bridges? She's like, no, I really never thought of that. I was like, yeah, it's supposed to be London. I'm like,
Should be bridges everywhere.
yeah, and I was like, Jesus Christ. But I watched it with her, and you know what? If it's WB
Oh, that's why.
WB heartstring writing, where it's like, oh, you like, you know, you're like, you feel, and then the love story is that this girl who didn't really, who was basically put in an arranged marriage with this crazy guy.
Mhm.
They worked together to help fight his schizophrenia and be in love.
Oh, damn.
That's almost like a Beautiful Mind kind of relationship, where like he's like literally the Mad King George as he was historically, and I was just like, all right, like yay. I was like, it's a good, like, oh, but I was like, you could
Just say it's fictional.
yeah, just
and
say
not
it's fictional. It's not. Don't say this is historic or this is, you know, like. I don't know. It's the same thing with like the whole Lord of the Rings debacle, where it's like, dude, I'm sorry. Yes, you want to like. I understand wanting to see yourself and lore, but there's plenty of other IPs that you can do that with, or you can be creative and make your own shit up, like The Witcher.
Yeah.
The Witcher is an original thing. There's people of color all over
Oh,
that.
yeah.
The creators made it that way,
Yeah, pretty much.
where they're like, okay, we want to make this, and it's good. It's good IP. Don't take existing IPs and be like, I don't like the fact that Tolkien's world didn't have. I was like, yeah, well,
But that's what we're talking about. Is like people are actively fighting the lore, and that's what I was saying about like Bridgerton. It sounds like that is the biggest fight against lore because they're literally taking historical shit and being like,
well, the way she explained it to you, I was like, okay, there's difference between like alternate history, which that seems like it is. It's alternate history, which
you have alternate history.
alternate history is tight.
It's like the High Castle, right?
Yeah, that's cool, but it's set in a way where it's like it's not obviously not, but don't say it is
It's
historical.
Yeah.
It's
Talking about historical.
It's alternate history in a setting where somehow people of different ethnicities somehow are where they're not supposed to be. You know, like there's a reason why certain people have culture and skin tone and dialects placed on where they live.
Yeah, and then if you stick them all together,
You know,
it's
I
kinda
mean, the
bastardizing it.
biggest fucking hypocrisy of that is that Jesus Christ was white and grew up in the fucking
no,
desert.
he was black,
Dude. Or the whole Cleopatra thing. Cleopatra is black.
Oh,
I'll believe. You know what? I'll believe Cleopatra's fucking black over fucking Jesus being fucking white. Even though that's completely a lie, and we have like science.
Yeah,
We
we know
have
it's Middle
historical,
Eastern. Yeah,
not even
it's Middle
science, historical documents to prove that she's not. Dude, I just never got that growing up. I was like, okay, so how come every nativity scene, these motherfuckers are like made out of porcelain? Their skin.
Yeah, they're all white.
They're the only white people that grew up in the fucking desert.
In Bethlehem.
They're the only white motherfuckers I've ever seen. Dude, people in California in Death Valley are darker than Jesus.
White Jesus. But talking about historical events, we're at our ad break. Our first ad is gravitational waves.
Yep.
Gravity, how it works. Use the promo code that shit heavy and get 0.5% off of your next Apple. You got any ads or anything you want to plug?
Hypnotica,
Hypnotica.
the new Ciroc.
Yeah.
If you don't order Hypnotica at the club, then you're missing out.
You a scrub.
You go screw up Hypnotica.
Oh.
Oh.
All right, and we're back.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, I don't get that. I don't understand that whole.
I understand the idea for like I said, it's you want to see yourself in your heroes or these myths and stuff like that. But if the fucking story sucks, you don't like. Who gives a fuck if it looks like me? That's lame.
Pretty much.
Nobody wants to be Charlie Brown, dude. Like who? Like,
Everyone wants to be Snoopy, but we've had that conversation before on the podcast. So let's try one of these PowerPoints. How you feel? Did you try the Grimace shake?
no, what is that shit?
It's just a berry shake. But I guess they're trying to bring back the Grimace or something because they had like discontinued the character, but then all
Bring
of a
back Fry
sudden-
Guys. Fuck Grimace. Fry Guys are tight.
Who is the Fry Guys? Are the guys with the heads for Fry?
They're
Guys?
like they have like dreads. They're all different colors, but they're like their hair is they're supposed to be made out of French fries.
That's so dope.
Or McMoon. McMoon's dope. McMoon was basically 24-hour brought into 24-hour drive-through for McDonald's.
Oh shit!
So it's just a guy with a giant moon,
I did
and then
not
a
know
lot of
that.
vaporwave people make music videos
oh, is
based
he
off
the guy
him.
with the sunglasses?
Yeah.
Oh, damn! You're blowing my mind again.
Oh, dude, let me see if I can name. So there's Grimace, Fry Guys, Mary McCheese,
Mayor McCheese. I miss.
McMoon, Hamburglar, Ronald McDonald, of course. Who's the chick, the bird, the chicken nugget bitch? She was introduced for chicken nuggets.
Chicken nugget lady.
God, I can't think of her name.
Oh, she was supposed to be like the chicken nugget person.
Yeah,
That's dark.
she's a little bird with a jumpsuit and goggles.
And she cannibalizes her kind.
And then was that it? Was there something else?
There was the Irish Grimace.
Dude, I can't think of the bird's name, but she was main like character.
Yeah, the yellow one.
Yeah, so basically like they saw what Chuck E. Cheese was doing. They're like, "Fuck that, we're on this.
Yeah, we got this.
We got this." They made a video game for them.
Yeah,
There's a Nintendo.
I remember that.
But yeah, I don't understand the Grimace thingy. I'm not hip with it anymore. I don't want to be.
The first day I saw it, when I got it, I got the Grimace shake. It was like a vanilla cotton candy.
Let me get this
flavor.
straight. The Grimace shake is working, but the fucking ice cream machine. I don't get.
Make it make sense.
Yeah. How can you have milkshake but not soft serve?
Whoa, where did that soapbox come from?
They came right the fuck out, dude. I can't get a McFlurry, but you can get a Grimace shake going.
Yeah, me and my cousin went to go get one, and then the lady was like, "Oh yeah, we don't got the Grimace shake no more." And I was like, "That's the whole point. Like that was the whole point. Anyone's out here. Like why the fuck wouldn't you have it?"
Or at least put a sign out saying no more Grimace shake.
They had all these fucking signs like Grimace and Grimace's birthday and Grimace's shake. Fucking have no Grimace shake. We should sue them. Honestly,
We should.
that's false
We
advertising.
should be like the guy that sued Pepsi because he wouldn't give him that fucking Harrier jet.
Oh yeah, that's actually a really good story. The dude was like, "I'm gonna get this fucking jet," and he got like hella people to help him out to get the caps or whatever.
Yeah,
or
oh,
points.
dude. Yeah, he basically realized that Pepsi had a loophole where you could buy points.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh shit!" And he did the math. And he's like, "If I can find an investor, it's cheaper to buy the points than it would be to buy the jet, and then I can, the investor can take the jet,
Flip the jet.
and either flip it on the market or use it for promotional stuff." And that's what the original plan around that was. He got an investor. The investor would get the jet, and the investor would use the jet
That's promotion.
as promotional. Take it to air shows, take it
Oh,
to
shit.
local events and stuff like that, and recoup his investment that way.
Yeah, that's actually a really good.
And
idea.
then that's when Pepsi was like,
actually we don't have. a jet.
we don't have a jet. We can't legally sell you a Harrier jet.
And now you're on the terrorist
and-
watch list.
yeah. Well, this is before 9/11, so you could
It was wholesome.
everything
times.
was just like, okay, let's all just leave. No
Work-
need to get the government involved, dude. Come on.
Wipe our hands.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
this.
Done deal, man.
Shit. Yeah.
Snowden was still legal. So,
Man,
fuck politics. Politics are lame.
politics are lame.
JFK, Robert Kennedy Jr. is running, but he sounds like
How the
he eats
fuck-
cigarettes.
Yeah. How the
How the fuck
is
is that fool gonna give a speech?
How is he real? Because for me, I thought it was so fucking crazy that the QAnon people were like, the Kennedy's gonna come back, JFK's coming back, they're coming back, right? And sure enough, they were wrong, completely wrong. But a Kennedy did appear. What the fuck is that?
Don't go down, dude. Don't start. Don't start, dude.
Yeah. The storm is rising.
The storm, dude. I hate QAnon with a passion.
No, same. But I just
And I am so
thought that
glad-
was so wild.
I am so fucking glad that I'm not gonna name names, but I know people that are QAnon people,
We've seen you. You're seen.
and I don't gotta put you on blast, but I see you, and I give you a look.
And I'm worried about you. Come
and,
home.
And the look is, the look is like,
Side eye.
come on, dog.
homie.
Like, come on. You got took. You mad. You mad. You mad.
I was mad.
Dude,
But,
anyone that was like, it's like the demographic was clear on fucking QAnon. It's like people who don't have too much time on their hands.
yeah.
Who,
Yeah.
sorry to be a dick, not very educated, and
I think they're the main character.
yeah, it's like, dude, like I said, it's a LARP. It's
Oh yeah.
it's like, dude, if you would have went, if all those QAnon people would have took up jogging instead, or they would have had enough clarity to be like, you know what?
Yeah, maybe we should tone it down a bit.
Yeah, but like even the people I make fun of all the time for believing in that stupid shit, I'm like, in the heart of hearts, which I don't believe this is their intention, because I don't give them that much credit. But the idea of QAnon is you're fighting the most evilest thing in the world.
Oh yeah,
You're stopping people from enslaving you financially and your children, and you're stopping child predators.
Yep. I mean,
none of it is fucking true.
Yeah, it's like on paper. That's
not even
great.
on fucking paper. That's the thing. It wasn't even on fucking paper. It was on the fucking internet.
Yeah. On image boards.
Every time something gets posted on the internet, there should be a caption of "Don't believe everything you read on the internet." Signed by Abraham Lincoln.
Signed by who?
Abraham Lincoln. Just so you get the clarity of, okay, let's
look into
But
this.
like when you're a kid, dude, you're told to when you do a book report on anything, you're told to get multiple sources, not just multiple books, but you're supposed to go book, internet, periodicals.
Yep.
So periodicals are current magazines, but there could be more opinion in them. Books are less updated, but they're more factual. And then internet was a new medium at the time that was just basically like, here's someone that you can get like a periodical and get a direct editor of like who's done something.
Yeah.
Almost a peer review at the time when the early internet was coming on. You could get someone who's like, because you had to put effort and want to care about something so much that you would take the time to actually put it on the internet.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like send. It was like learning how to HTML code shit on there. So you're like, okay.
Not like Twitter where you just like kind of shit out.
Boom, send that bitch.
Word vomit.
Little egg.
Yeah.
Thank you, egg. Thank you, random egg.
Did you ever use Twitter?
Never.
Yeah, me either.
I refuse.
No, I didn't refuse, but I was just kind of like, I don't care, and I don't.
When someone explained Twitter to me, I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Get away from me.
Who gives a shit about what any random? So all it is just people throwing random shit into the ether.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is like, who would want to hear my random thoughts? My thoughts are fucking crazy.
That's what this podcast is.
Yeah.
And you don't have to listen.
Yeah, you don't.
And you don't.
But you do. And we'll take care of you.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring up Twitter because I don't use this service, but I like the idea of it being something that you can use to directly contact like celebrities or like politicians or people who you would never be able to directly talk to or contact, right?
But that's the thing, like people don't even run their own Twitter accounts that are high profile.
I know that, but I'm just saying like I like that there's that discourse or there's that like there's that there. But what Elon Musk is doing with Twitter, I'm like, how aren't people rioting? Like, I get it, like it's Twitter and Twitter's a cancer. I understand, but the man is actively trying to keep people from communicating with each other. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that to me, like it's just I don't like people are still trying to be like, oh, Elon Musk is a genius or Elon Musk knows what he's doing. It's like he's actively censoring people.
To me, it's always been it's if you didn't create it, it's a private sandbox.
Yeah.
And if the guy who bought the private sandbox, it's still his sandbox.
I know, but it's just like
so
I don't get.
If you don't like it, get the fuck out the sandbox. And I don't think
Twitter, so
I don't think it'd be that hard to fucking
find
another version of fucking sending. The only thing you have to do is convince people to use it.
Definitely.
That's it. You have to be like, okay, this was fucking MySpace. Now this is Facebook. Everybody jump over here.
And no one's using Facebook.
And all the stuff that like people do is like the right wing conservative people that are like, okay, now we're gonna start our Parler and Gab and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just it's everyone's pissed off.
Yeah.
Uncles, and it's like nobody wants to be on this.
No
shit.
one wants to hear that shit.
Except for people who are like they love the echo chamber. They're like, I love being.
I was about to say, unless you're a pissed off uncle.
I love being told the same views over and over again, and never being challenged whatsoever on my views.
Dude, I don't understand that mindset of like where you're just because I on my TikTok I randomly end up in like leftist TikTok, and they shit on so many like different topics, and I'm like, do you guys not like ever really look into them, or look into the topic? Because it's just like, it really is just like an echo chamber, and it's like smelling your own farts. And it's just like...
Rock and roll McDonald's, dog.
Yeah. It's just, to me, it's just like, how do how do you not feel the brain rot, or like how do you not understand that like you're so hateful towards something because you're not taking the time to actually try to look into it or understand it?
Well, not just that too. It used to be like we used to be smaller, communities. Like obviously, like you'd have community, but your community was your community, and you really didn't have outside to that.
Yeah.
And you cared about that because that encompassed your world. Now somebody from fucking Florida can get into it with somebody from fucking California.
They
Never meet, not have anything in common whatsoever, but they'd be like, oh,
have real beef with each other.
we're gonna, yeah, and it's like over fucking nothing.
Yeah.
Over fucking absolutely fucking nothing. And to almost become like I said, it's become entertainment in a way.
Yep.
And you're like, you get a fucking rush when you think you've like dunked somebody.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I got them. They they don't even know how to respond to that. And it's just like you guys are fighting over nothing.
Yeah.
Literally nothing.
Yeah, I don't understand.
You get like this, fucking Mr. Smith goes to Washington, fucking I took on this, and I got change, these policies move because of me. I fought the good fight, and it's like, no, you're just two retards fighting with each other over something so fucking stupid, and your slam dunk was like, whatever, pussy.
Yeah, I don't care, punk.
Or deny these facts, these random outdated things I pulled up off the internet that aren't true, but I solely believe thoroughly without verifying.
Yeah, and talking.
Gotcha.
And talking about things that are verified and seem impossible. Isn't it crazy? I'm switching to another PowerPoint. That fucking UFOs and aliens are real now.
What are we talking about? That's been real.
But I'm saying like it's been now like the government and everyone's saying like, no, yeah, we have UFOs and we have aliens. Like that shit is out there now.
It's us, dude. We're loopers.
I don't think it's from other planets. If you ask me personally, I think it's different, like dimensional beings
from the abyss.
Maybe I don't know from the abyss, but
that's
like the movie, right?
Yeah.
But I just think that's just like shit popping in and out. Like it's everything's from the Earth, so it's like there's certain points in time or other like up and downs that we don't know that exist that things just pop out of and pop back into. And that's what we're seeing.
Well, that's like the people who believe like in the multi-dimensional things where there's 1-dimensional, 2-dimensional, 3-dimensional, 4-dimensional, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And they're all like overlaid
and,
each other.
Yeah, and we're all overlaid, and that multiple universes stuff like that. I believe like it's almost like Nietzschean. Like there's no point because after this dimension or universe, there's trillions and billions and stacked upon millions that you don't know of. And like, yeah, you said these aliens that come through could be the next dimensional beings. So when they pop in, pop out, to us it looks odd and strange, but to them it's just like opening up a window.
Yeah, it's walking into a room or
putting
something.
their head out, looking around, and then closing the window and going back inside. And like it could be what we consider aliens. It could be us or versions of us that we don't realize we haven't got to yet.
Yeah.
Or it could be, like some kind of like religious people, it could be some kind of creator force or whatever.
The observer.
And I'm like, mind your own fucking business.
Yeah, for real. I got shit to do. I got bills to pay.
For real. For real.
I love thinking about that kind of stuff, and I like having like food for thought. But at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, you can't dwell on it. But I'm just like, dude, it's so crazy the times we're living in. Like at 32, I never thought that I would hear the government be like, yeah, there's aliens.
Yeah. You remember, did I ever tell you about the original pitch for the Ghostbusters movie?
No.
So Dan Aykroyd wanted it to be like in the future, and like Ghostbusters were considered like pest control.
Okay.
So if you look at it from that perspective, it's like maybe in the future, like what we call UFOs or, like unidentified things, like it'll be so commonplace that we actually have like a job where like
people just get rid of them.
We find a way where we can just like we can like zap them back into their dimension. Like we almost have a science for it. We're like fuck, these things keep popping out. So we send the task force out. They shoot like this frequency ray at it, and then it pops back into the.
Honestly, that could be a thing in the
future.
And
it might be a thing where just like it's just mundane. Like no one cares. Like there's. Like it just like I said, it's like pest control. Like
there's a fourth dimensional being in the room.
Fuck. He got drunk and fell out.
Yeah, he ain't
put his ass back in.
Yeah, he ain't paying rent, so you gotta get the fuck out of here. You're in the wrong time, buddy.
But yeah, I mean, cool shit happens.
Cool shit happens.
But it's funny that this is all going down when, like I said, we all have cameras on us
Yeah.
now. So it's like how. That's why
How's
I'm like
no one caught-
Bigfoot is not fucking real.
Yeah.
Loch Ness monster is real because that motherfucker would have been
Oh yeah.
on fucking Instagram or Vine by now.
Because it's kind of like the same argument about conspiracies of like like the Illuminati or like giant shadow groups. It's like you cannot contain
Dude,
that many people
One
in
mother
a secret.
dude,
Somebody would say something.
one motherfucker would be like, "What's up, World Star?" And like,
Yeah.
it just there's no way it wouldn't
Yeah.
happen.
Like even when like they went after Osama, like people were like, I'm pretty sure there was people talking about it, like, oh yeah, they're gonna go for Osama. You know what I mean? That was like the Navy trying to secretly go get that motherfucker.
Oh no, yeah, like they took photos. There's people that got paid out to like give his
Yeah.
location up. For sure, they like
Someone was like, someone had said something. Like if you really looked for it, you could have found that
Yeah.
shit. You know what I mean?
Well-
And that's the thing is like I don't understand these people who are like, no man, there's this giant like secret organization and
yeah, like
UFOs and
the
it's
whole-
like, bro, there's so many people, there's so many different eyes out there.
that goes
Someone would
that
say
goes back
something.
to the whole like I said QAnon thing where like it's like the deep state. I'm like, dude, first of all, we can all see the fucking the bureaucracy, the fucking
Yeah, we all know.
the fucking shilling for corporations. It's out in the open.
Yeah,
we can see it.
You can go look and find those tax returns.
Yeah,
and those
it's
court
not-
documents.
or see, okay, Halliburton is getting this because Dick Cheney is in charge of this, and it's not a hard connection that May can see, dude.
yeah, it's there.
It's there. It's just that nobody. It's not sexy enough for people to be like,
It's like watching C-SPAN.
I'm getting fucked over for these taxes I pay, and that's not sexy enough for me to actually get up and do some French shit and like shut a fucking bus system down, dude.
Oh,
Like
man.
it has to be more for
Yeah.
people have seen like True Lies too much and shit, like these action movies where it's
They're
like
so desensitized.
yeah, and it almost like kind of like cronyism work because yeah, it's so rampant and blatant in your face that we're just like numb to it.
Yeah. Like right now, like France is freaking out about some small shit. And out here in the U.S., we have the Supreme Court going nuts, and no one's in the streets. No one's freaking out. And it's just like everyone's just kind of complacent and just kind of like, whatever.
Stop buying shit. That's honestly the best thing you can do to like protest
Yeah.
is not only just be in the streets and showing, but not destroying. Like that's the thing I never got is like people who like we're gonna protest and we're gonna destroy our neighborhood. That's
No,
how we're
what-
gonna protest.
That's what I'm saying. It's like
It's like no, fucking
we all know where the Supreme Court
take
is.
a day off from buying stuff.
Yeah.
Don't put gas in your car for like if everyone collectively didn't put gas in their car and was like, hey,
That will fuck the petrol.
I'm not
dollar.
going to work today.
No.
Or today's a protest holiday. Like we're just all staying home and we're not buying
For
shit.
this week, it's Halloween.
We're not gonna turn on the fucking TV and play video games. We're all gonna go out for a walk.
We're all just gonna kick it at the park.
Yeah, we're all gonna kick out the park, go for a walk, do free shit,
Yeah.
and not spend a fucking dime. I guarantee the next day be like, what do you guys need? What the fuck do you guys need to get this shit rolling again? To get you guys back in the fucking hamster?
Hamster
Wheel.
wheel. Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Cushions. No more cushions on the rails.
Yeah. Be like, hey, we're protesting this, and until then, I'm not buying shit.
Yeah. That honestly, that is the only way to really fuck up the machine that is capitalism.
Or I'm gonna take the bus, even though it's gonna take like 20 fucking stops to get to where my location's at. And it's gonna take 2 hours. I'm not driving my fucking car.
Yeah. Because
That-
everything runs on that petrol dollar.
Yep.
So you fuck with the
I'm
gas.
not buying anything at the store for food. I'm not for to
We're not telling you to do this.
I'm telling you, dude. Do this shit.
It's a joke.
know?
Allegedly.
I'm just or like I never get like fuck up go fuck up the town hall or something.
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
don't go fuck up your
No.
your liquor store, dude. Like,
Like
what the
we
fuck?
all know where the Supreme
Unless your
Court
beef is with the liquor store, like
that dude torch my change every fucking time I go there. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the Supreme Court know where it's at. We know where these people live. We know where these people go to work. You know, like, so why aren't we directly just hitting those spots? Why the fuck?
yeah,
is
put
everyone
trash in front of their fucking
yeah,
houses.
dude. Like the French literally did that. They showed up and started spraying shit on the fucking the government buildings and shit, and
Yeah,
they started dumping
but
trash.
get all your trash bags, take it to fucking just dump that shit right there.
All
Be
right
like,
there.
bitch, deal with this shit.
Yeah, like deal with this how you're supposed to be dealing with our rights.
Yeah.
Don't be taking our rights away. fucking prop them up, make them better.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
And if
honestly, that is like the easiest and laziest thing you can do. Is
Yeah.
go take a trash bag.
And just dump it in your mayor's
You
lawn.
only gotta be in a big one. Just take your fucking your bathroom one. Tie that bitch in
Oh
a knot.
no, that's the worst one.
Tie that bitch in a knot and throw it on City Hall and dip. That's it.
Yeah.
Write your fucking name on there.
Yeah. Like this is your constituent.
Yeah,
Do
constituent,
something.
blah blah blah. Throw that shit, do something. Throw it. That's it. And then you can go home.
To your nice house.
Thank you.
Man.
It looks like you got repossessed.
I told you to pay.
Hey, the
those
acoustics
bills.
though in this house now.
Yeah. I'm about to come back with my guitar.
I know shit.
Record a whole
Might
ass
have to
album.
throw a fucking Smashing Pumpkins esque music video in here. House party.
Today. So another PowerPoint I had that I wanted to talk about was the fucking cultural phenomenon that was that fucking submersible that went down to the Titanic. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, just fucking Darwinism, man. Like,
Yeah, played the,
the
game
minute
and you
you
found out.
dude, the minute you get into like a tube,
Yeah,
and-
the minute of any sort. If you get in the
the
tube,
minute you get into a tube
Tube.
and you're like,
as a human,
how long is this ride? And I gotta stay in like a cramped position for this long?
bro? I imagine the farts.
Dude,
Oof.
I don't care. If that shit was all fucking Apple products. That was fucking custom designed Apple products that controlled that motherfucker. No, it's like, dude, this is
Janky.
you get what you get, dude. Like
that's what I said. I was like, you earn what you earn what you get.
like, and then
That guy was told multiple times.
and then if that fool busted out the generic Xbox controller and then being like,
It
this
was
is gonna control our
Logitech.
propulsion
Logitech.
and everything. Like,
controller.
oh, dude, it's like.
Shady.
It's like you guys get what you get. Who gives? And then like that sucks, you guys. But I'm pretty positive if you guys were riding in submarines for fun, your lives weren't that fucking bad.
Right.
So you went out on a good note, dude.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
obviously you didn't die in a good way.
It was quick too.
Yeah, its implosions are, they are what they are. But I mean, like I said, dude, like. What were you like? Like, dude, no one's supposed to be down. We're not supposed to be down there.
Yeah, there's a reason there's no one down there.
Yeah, like, dude, there's not anything worth down there.
I think we
What
do-
is so tight about seeing the
Titanic.
Titanic that's wrecked?
That's what my mom was asking. She's like, "Why do people love the Titanic?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. It's kind of like a white person thing."
It is,
honestly."
dude. It sure the fuck is. And somehow non-whites died in it.
Yeah.
I don't get. I don't
It's
get.
a hate crime if you ask me, bro.
I don't get it. It's like, like, dude, the Titanic claimed 0 Indian people.
Until now.
Like they had, you guys were good.
Yeah.
You guys used logic, and we're like,
Pakistani
we're not getting on this motherfucking fucking death trap of a boat that you guys have like boasted that is unsinkable. You guys might as well name the Titanic the Unsinkable.
Yeah. This thing will never implode.
Yeah.
Watch me, God. Fuck you.
What was the
sea.
name of the sub?
I think it was like the Titan.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was like the Titan or some shit like that. Also, did you know that the sub guy, the CEO, was married to a woman whose family was on the Titanic? So like her lineage goes back to like rich people that were on the Titanic who died on there. So now she didn't just lose like great grandparents. She's also lost her husband to the Titanic.
It'd be like that.
Those
They
are the little connections though that I think draws people to the Titanic.
The stupid ass movie. That's it. That's literally it. That stupid ass
No.
movie.
I've heard that there's like a lot of like weird coincidences and like synchronicities with the Titanic. That's what drives people to be so like enthralled by it.
I heard that Rose is a selfish bitch that
Yeah,
fucking couldn't scoot the fuck over and share a piece of fucking
That
wood.
fat ass. of hers.
That fat ass badonk of hers couldn't.
It's a national treasure, if you ask me, bro.
Oh, don't
Jack
get me,
did us a
dude. Don't
favor.
get me started on that fucking movie. I'll just say this: the whole point of the movie, if you watch the movie, the premise of the movie is that they're trying to find this fucking piece of jewelry that this bitch has the entire fucking time,
Yeah,
and
don't
then it's like-
spoilers.
and then throws the motherfucker overboard. Doesn't be like, oh, this is mine, I'm not giving it to you. Or you got, thank you so much for taking me out here. Here's the jewelry. No, she's like, fuck it, in the water with all the dead.
Talk about narcissist. The outro ad. This ad is for Yamaha mixers. If you are in a pinch and a need and you need to set up anywhere in between, Go Yamaha. Use the promo code Damn That Shit Dusty to get half of one. Do you want to plug anything?
Speaking of Japanese shit, I was watching this dude on YouTube. He rode across the U.S. A Japanese dude on his little Japanese bike.
Ooh, so
Yeah.
you want to plug the bikes?
I mean, well, I don't know what kind of bike it brand.
Japanese bikes.
He
get one.
never told the brand, dude.
Use the promo code. What kind of
But this
Japanese bike
fool,
is that?
this full bike
Get a
from
wheel.
fucking New York down south through like the south
Damn.
and through the desert to get to. He basically took like the Route 66, the whole Route 66 route. But I was like, God damn, that shit looked miserable. But it's cool because he's Japanese, so everyone like was like
Helping him out and
giving him
stuff.
like places to stay and free
Aw.
food and stuff like that. I was like, that would never work with like a fucking person from like the desert.
But anyways, yeah, thank you for listening. This was episode 4 of the podcast. Thank you for listening. Bye. Bye.